What's going on, gamer? So here we have another section of the interview with the PlayStation CEO, Herman Hulst. So he says, despite Concord's failure, or they say this, PlayStation to continue focus on live service titles alongside story-driven games. Now, here's my thing with this. If you don't know what you're doing, it's probably better to step back a bit and get back to doing what you're good at doing because they bought Bungie to help them with live service titles, and they also gave a yes to Concord. But you know they've been invaded a lot too and infested with all that garbage. Um, the thing is too is that Bungie's more lost than ever, and they have less staff than ever. They've lost thousands of people this year, and they're actually getting dumped over to PlayStation studio areas. So I don't know. It seems like a failed acquisition so far, unless Sony figures out something else about it. Going back over here too, we see this is where I found that, and let's look at some of these comments. You see that's not really looking good. God, what a moron face on that widget. Screams loser all over that place. There's people that's not happy about this. Helldivers 2 is doing well, but that's based on an IP, a successful IP already, so the risk was minimal. No, Helldivers 2 is doing well because of PC. We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about that because he's going to mention one thing. Um, how many times do we have to teach you, old man? Teach him, please. Because these people, they like when you think about it, most people on PlayStation play single player games. Nothing new, Fairgames. We're gonna get to that too. Ben's new LS, apparently new Horizon live service games. Ben's live service game may be okay, but the Horizon live service game, I don't know about that. That game doesn't have that many weapons. That's gonna be. They've all been in development for a while now, and then you assholes. And we saw Naughty Dog's game got canceled too, live service. So it's like, why did you buy Bungie if we're not seeing this expertise be manifested? Despite the failure of Firewalk's Concord, Sony will continue to focus on developing live service games. Herman Hulst, co-CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, stated the gaming industry is evolving, but demand for quality entertainment remains. Sony aims to balance the development of live service titles with story-driven single-player games. If you're going to do that, make sure that you don't interrupt single-player games that could have been out these past 2.5 years that are not present because you made a mistake on the over live service gas rush. That's why they fired Jim Ryan or he left supposedly, but I mean, come on, let's be real honest. We know what happened there. But yeah, it's kind of dumb. You don't do that. That's bad leadership. Like I said, Sony's leadership has not been great lately. While Fireworks Concord might be one of the biggest game busts in history, I think Fairgame's going to give it a run for its money. We're going to get into that too, and we're going to see why. It seems it's not enough for Sony to halt development of live service games as we see service or gas. On the contrary, the PlayStation division will focus on gas games, though this doesn't mean that there'll be less emphasis on story-driven titles, but it's not going to be fully integrated like the people would want, and like PS3 games remade and stuff like that. So he replied here, the game business is constantly changing due to various factors, including technological advances, new genres, and ways of playing. However, one thing remains constant is people's desire for great entertainment experiences, which you haven't really been providing like you should, and attention to games continue to grow. However, this has also created competition, and like many companies in the industry, we've had to make changes to our business to solidify a more sustainable operating base. Adding to that, yeah, he means layoffs. Host mentions how going forward, we will continue to focus on developing live service titles along with the story-driven titles that players want, and cites Arrowhead Game Studio Helldivers 2 as one example of a live service game that was found success. So let me talk about this real quick. The reason Helldivers 2 was the success that it was is because you included PC. If that would have been a PlayStation only game, you would have been screwed. It would have not even did that. Let's go to some facts here, because that's what I like to speak. PC has been a huge part of the success of Helldivers 2 in the United States and in Europe in general. With PC, Helldivers 2 is already the 7th highest grossing Sony published game in history. Without PC, it wouldn't currently even rank among the top 20. Piscatella wrote on Twitter. Piscatella, the guy who gives professional analysis and results of North American sales for like years. He does all that work. He used to also work for Activision, and he's an awesome dude. He's down to earth. He gets straight to stats. He ain't about none of that other stuff. He's just strictly business. So we see that right here because they decided to include PC. And this is what I was trying to tell people. Sony can't do what Nintendo does and only put their games on there anymore. Microsoft's not doing that either. And I think it's better to get your games everywhere and have a bigger community and keep the communities alive, get more profit, get more revenue, and you look better as a publisher. People respect you more, and the gamers are winning, and you're winning too. And at the same time, everybody wins. So what's wrong with that? But you have the PlayStation base that thinks that it's Sony doing all this and it's all PlayStation, but it's like, no, PC is literally the biggest success of Helldivers 2. And they almost messed that up a couple times, but the developers of Arrowhead, I mean, they're doing a good job, but the Sony enforcement of the PSN, people were not liking that because they didn't have that at first. It's like, if you're going to do something, make sure you don't like trick people and then swap things around like that. But I don't know, getting back to what I was saying, it sold more on PC and it's a bigger success on there, as we see right here with this stat alone. So that was because of Helldivers 2, but they dumped on Concord, even the PlayStation base did. So yeah, that's not going to be guaranteed for every other game. That game was already liked by other people. So like you said, we learned a lot to establish the ability to develop high quality live service titles within SIE. Arrowhead did that. It's not your first party, it's a second party game. Helldivers 2 attracted many players to the continuous content provision and achieved results that support the potential of live service games. Maybe. Given how much money live service games rack in, it is not surprising Sony still wants to push through with more games fitting the mode, unless we're mistaken. Ben Studio, the people who made Days Gone, and also Sci-Fi Filter, they're working on a project. I have faith in those guys in a bit, because I like that studio. So that I will be interested in, but the other stuff, no. Like, let's go to this garbage over here. You guys ready for this? Oh, by the way, 51 downvotes. Let me go ahead and add to that, and 4.1K. If Sony releases this, I don't know what to tell you, but we're going to look at some of these comments real quick. Eat the Rich, everyone said, the giant corporation. Also, please buy our overpriced Battle Pass and MTX. You want to know about us? No. Sony is not looking for a game of the year. Sony's looking to break the 12-day record, meaning the Concord record. Eat the Rich, $800 console without a disk drive by default. Eat the Rich, said BlackRock, the multinational investment management corporation. Guys, we're going on a heist. Prepare yourselves. All right, let me just put in my giant hoop earrings. Fairgame, F the Rich. Also Fairgame. Hey, Sony, you mind sponsoring us? I mean, we're going to look at some more funny comments down here lately after we watch this trailer. But guys, if they release this is Concord 2.0. Get ready. And we haven't had any gameplay since. And this has been out well over a year now. Almost 2, I think. It's only like a minute.
Know about us?
No.
Seems like everyone does these days. It's simple. Too much money and too much power is held by just a few people.
And this is to target the modern audience. Yeah, says all the games that flopped and failed miserably and caused layoffs and deaths of gaming companies.
And it's only getting worse. So, we decided to do something about it.
DEI payday!
Let's go.
Designer socks too, I got the swag crew. It's a haiku, I'm something like you. Might drink and drive too, work 9 to 5s when I was in high school. These shoes here don't come out till June. This my pick, I'll crop you. Married to the game, said my I do's. Got a window seat like Erykah Badu.
I'm so excited. Nope.
Pull up Lamborghini and SONY.
Bro, that was trash. What the hell is that? Take it till you make it. Oh boy. Sony, y'all. I don't know what to tell you, man, but that kind of seems like an insult. Anyways, oh man, y'all did not learn anything. Incredible failure Sega had with Hyenas. Will it have pronounces like Concord? If so, I won't play it. Looks ugly. We got Concord 2 before GTA 6. This is like the certified A gentrified burger place of video games. So they're having a game themed around Eat the Rich that with trailers felt like it was written by a bunch of rich, out of touch guys who likely won't appreciate the fact that the game will probably flop. BLM the game. The music sounds terrible. The trailer looks terrible. In fact, it all looks terrible. I agree. I'm not a PlayStation guy, but wow, I thought Concord was bad. This probably takes the cake. Yeah, thumbs down. Yeah, no thanks. This is Concord 2.0. And this guy's laughing. Sony gonna lose again millions of dollars. Let's go. What's up with these games creating the most generic looking characters ever imaginable? Looks ridiculous, like edgy teenagers, then being surprised. Then it flops, not to mention they're always trying to add rap into thinking it makes it look old, but it makes it look super cringe. Agreed. It looks like Watch Dogs Legion, but worse. You don't want me as a customer, do you, Sony? So, like, you see, nobody likes this. It has 51,000 downvotes, 4.1K likes only. It must be the modern audience. Like this is happening with Sony aspects. It happened again with that Jada Pinkett Dyke integration into Intergalactic the Heretic, which I don't have a problem with Tati Gabrielle in real life. She's actually a good looking woman, but can we get some hairstyle options? You know what I mean? So it's like this mass enforcing that you're not understanding the percentage of the gaming community and what they want and what the gaming community is based around. It's like they're trying to force this, you know what I mean? And it's like you can tell there's agendas behind it, and it's just not going to work well. All we got to do is take a look at the stats. So yeah, that's my thing about the gas rush. And I think a lot of PlayStation fans are also getting pissed off because they're not getting the single player immersive experience that they want. Like I said, Sony's blowing a lot of the generation away. They're going to release this game, y'all. I think so. Well, how are they going to do it? I don't know. It's been a while since they've last shown it, but I think they're going to still continue through with it. And I think they're partially funded, like Concord was partially funded. And instead of focusing on like a PS3 game that somebody would like, right? I mean, we have a lot of great PS3 guys. Like, what about a live service Resistance, right? Killzone, you know what I mean? They had Mag back then. What up? What about live service Siphon Filter, or you know what I mean? Like, there's just so many better games they could add, but they're trying to do this garbage that nobody wants. And this is why I'm worried about expect more live service games from PlayStation. The only one that I know that will possibly be okay that I have any amount of interest in is going to be Sony Bend, the Days Gone developers games, because I like those guys and I know they've been around a while and they're actually talented. But that look that he has too, yeah, bro, you're not going to be having that look when Fairgame drops. And I was arguing with some other idiot the other day that said that I didn't know what I was talking about, that Herman Hulst greenlit Concord, which actually he did. He's the co-CEO, moron. Not only that, but it's where you think it's him right here again talking about live service, and it has his face right there. This person didn't know what the hell they were talking about. I should probably go try to find that on my channel, but I don't feel like looking for it. But and I get all types of comments, which I think is kind of funny. See if we can find some. If I can find that one real quick for you, because there's just too many comments. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it. Yeah, there's too many. Yeah, here it is right here. This person right here. He greenlit Concord because I said Herman Host did, right? That was his baby apparently, and it was supposed to be the next Star Wars in the face of PlayStation. It's like, dude, you're lost. You have to be doing like far left PR for that. Right off the bat, you're wrong. Learn how the development works if you're gonna talk gaming. I said, I've been doing gaming industry reports since early PS4 days. Stop talking ignorant. He championed Concord and it was his baby. He saw it as the future of PlayStation, like a Star Wars game. The wrong who is wrong is you, not knowing who owns the IP and who is the lead that says it can happen. Just stop. I didn't say anything terrible here. I got 5 likes here. And they're actually supporting the right thing there. That people ignore what this idiot says because he didn't know what he's talking about. And you got a lot of people like that will support a game like this. Not only that, but they're just dumb. So Sony wants to target a certain type of audience, and it's just not there. You need to look at your demographic, and you need to see how things work. But it doesn't matter anyways, because it's a religious cult. If you understand what I'm saying, a dark religious cult that's upside down and backwards and just wants to ruin everything and ruin our world. So we need to get it the hell out of here and deny this type of crap so we can get back to real video gaming. If you get what I'm saying, we want to see real video games over here. And the thing about Sony's aspect is that you don't have Game Pass day one game. So, yeah, not looking too well. And then you got Bungie also announcing Marathon. Let's see how that turns out, right? I don't know. I'm just not liking what I see through Bungie right now. And even that was a while back too, and nobody has been paying attention to it lately, and Bungie's just been falling apart. So yeah, Sony better get their shit together. Like, comment, subscribe, let me know what y'all think. Ponies don't get in your feelings. I'm just telling the truth here. All right, y'all. Sony, get back to single player games. I only let quality studios do that. And even your best Naughty Dog, I mean, you canceled that game, so I don't think a lot of people want this. They want Sony to get back to what Sony does well. But we'll see. Peace out, y'all.